Hello students, welcome to the class. Today we are going to begin with chapter number 3 from your first flight textbook, English textbook, class 10. Chapter number 3, that is two stories about flying. The first part we have already covered with, that is his first flight about the seagull. And today we are going to do about the second part, that is the black aeroplane. This stories, both the stories is about conquering fear. We have seen in the previous, the part 1 about the seagull, how he conquers his fear with his courage and determination. The same we are going to see in this second part, that is the black aeroplane. This story tells us something about miracle and mystery. It is a mysterious story. What is the meaning of mystery? Mystery is something that is difficult or impossible to understand and explain. A small introduction. The lesson Black Aeroplane by Frederick Forsyth reflects on how one's judgment gets distorted, that is, changed due to the fantasizing and how it creates problems. In this chapter, the narrator is a pilot who is so eager to meet his family and have a good breakfast that he takes the wrong decision of facing storm instead of doing the right thing. Miraculously, he somehow manages to escape with the help of a mysterious aeroplane. So, this is a brief introduction before we proceed with the chapter further. This chapter, written by Frederick Forsyth, okay, so he's narrating the story to us. He has experienced something mysterious, and he says that one's judgment gets changed, distorted due to the fantasizing, the fantasy, and how it can create problems. So, in this chapter, the narrator, who is a pilot, and he's so eager to go home to meet his family to have a good English breakfast. Okay, with that desire in his mind, with that wish in his heart, he tries to fly a plane, but the decision which has been taken by him in the middle of his path, he seems it seems to be wrong. No, he takes a wrong decision because he tends to face a severe storm wherein it is impossible for him to come out of the storm. And that time, a miracle takes place, and wherein he escapes safely from that dangerous storm. So we will see how does the narrator face this, and what is the mystery which has been created, and why this chapter has been given a name as a black aeroplane. It was night time when the sky was clear and the stars could be seen twinkling. So when the pilots take the flight, take the plane to fly up in the air, the first thing they see is the weather. If the weather is very good, if they have all the equipments along with them, and if the tank is full of fuel, they take up a decision to fly up. And what are the instruments which they carry along with them? They have a compass so that they can, go according to the directions, that is north, east, south, west. It shows the direction correctly, and they have quite a number of machineries with them so that they can, have a conversation or communication with the control room. But at times, due to the bad weather condition, it is difficult for them to communicate and they lose the control. The instructions which are given by the control office to them, as if to which direction to be moved, or which side they have to take, where they have to move, these all directions are given by the control room. But if the equipments or the instruments are not in proper order, or if they are not working, what the what are the problems the pilot can face. So it is very dangerous to fly without having these instruments carried with them. So here the narrator was flying from Paris to London. Okay. And it was 1:30. He was flying from over France to England, and it was 1:30 in the morning, and he was fantasizing about holidaying with his family. So he was very happy that he's going to go and meet his family. And after a very long time, he's having the desire to go and meet his family, spend very happy moments with his family, have his breakfast. These all things he's having, and he's very happy to to think about this, and he's moving about now. When the aeroplane was in France, the pilot thought of informing the Paris control personnel about his presence and for instructions. So he was continuously having the communication with the Paris control room about his, about his presence and about the flight, where all to move about, and they were giving him the instructions about the directions. Everything was going on well, because in the beginning it's been told that though it was nighttime, the sky was clear and the stars could be seen twinkling. That means it was a very good weather. There was no such uh, thing that the storm is going to arrive or something like that. So everything was clear, and the pilot, the narrator, was very happy to go and meet his family. So at that time, the light from Paris city were blaring at him. He informed the control agency, to which they replied with further instructions on direction. So, the conversation, the communication which was going on between the control agency and the pilot and the narrator was going on smoothly. They replied him with further instructions how to go on, how to begin, how to just move further along with the directions where all he has to move with his plane. The control room at Paris instructed him to turn 12 degrees towards the west. So here the instruction has been given to him to turn 12 degrees towards the west. He has to take his plane towards the west side, not to the north, south, or east. It has been clearly mentioned to him that he has to take to the west. So, according to the directions which has been given to him by the control agency, given to him by the control office, he has to follow those instructions and go according to them. Now he is dreaming about going home, meeting his family, having a nice English breakfast. Now it's been specifically given in your textbook that he has to go and have this English breakfast. Now, why English breakfast? Because he was from London, and he was very much eager to go and have his homemade food. I mean the breakfast which he was eagerly waiting to have. How you people have a craze of homemade things which your mom prepares for you. So here in the picture, you can see his, dreaming about sitting together with his family and having a nice English breakfast. And what does the English breakfast consist of? Here you can have a look. Maybe toast, sandwiches, or some meat is there, egg omelette is there, a cup of coffee, sausages. These all things comprise of the English breakfast. So he was so satisfied, with that dream what he was having in his mind. He started thinking about, having a satisfactory breakfast at the destination point. Where was his destination point? His family, because he was flying from France to England, and everything was going on as planned. Everything was going on very, very smoothly. He was very calm, nicely, sitting in the plane and thinking about his family and having the breakfast. Nothing went on wrong, because whatever he had planned, it was going according to that. So when you plan something and when everything goes on well, you become very happy. From, you have that internal feeling, you are satisfied that whatever you have planned, it's going according to that. So that satisfactory feeling he was having in his mind, and so he was very happy, and he just geared up and started following the instructions which were given to him by the control office, the control agency. But suddenly, what happened now? The plane had crossed Paris when he started seeing the clouds in the sky. So, initially, when he started his journey, the sky was clear, the stars were twinkling, no clouds were seen in the sky, and he was very happy. But as he started moving further, as he started taking his journey, ahead, he started seeing clouds in the sky. The presence of clouds made it unsafe to travel by air because there were chances of a storm. The weather started changing automatically. There was a drastic change in the weather, and the plane was surrounded with clouds, black clouds, and then it was predicted that a heavy storm will take place. They were so huge and dark that the pilot compared them with black mountains. So everywhere he could see the black clouds, he couldn't see anything beyond that, and then he started comparing them as a black mountains because the clouds were very huge, they were enormous. So wherever he saw, he could see only black and black clouds. How a train moves into a tunnel, a black tunnel, and when you see outside the window, you can see only darkness, nothing apart from that. The same thing happened when the pilot just saw outside, he could see only black clouds, nothing else. And he knew he couldn't pass them as it was impossible to go above them or escape them with the amount of fuel that was left in the last tank. So a little amount of fuel was left in the tank. And he said that he started thinking that it is impossible for me to move out of the clouds now. If at all I have to, cross this and go on the side, it is impossible for me to cross this because I'm going to face lot of problem. The fuel also is not enough now. How I'm going to cross this? The plane is going to hang over now because he is not able to view anything in front of him. Everything is black, everything is dark, and he started getting scared now. How to escape from this black mountains? That is the storm. That is the black clouds which the plane was surrounded with. So he started getting tense now. How to how to move out of it? The right decision would have been to fly back to Paris safely. So now he's in the middle. He neither he can come back or neither he can move further. But the safest thing was to come back to Paris. But he says, I cannot come back because the desire of meeting his family and having that English breakfast was too much rather than taking a decision of flying back to Paris. So the pilot's decision making was clouded by his wish to meet his family. He was so desperately waiting to meet his family. So the desperately wanted to be with his family and having that English breakfast that he was been dreaming all day through. That he took the risk of not going back, but to just head the plane right into the storm because all through the day he was been dreaming of going and meeting his family, and all of a sudden because of the storm he said, let me not turn back and move back to Paris now. Whatever it is, let me take the risk of moving further. Whatever it is, I'm ready to face the problem, I'm ready to face, and let me accept this as a challenge because somehow now I'm going to go through it and meet my family. So he did not take a decision of moving back, coming back to Paris. Instead of that, he just, you know, he headed the plane right into the storm. So this was a decision he has taken, and we will see now whether this decision was helpful to him or whether he faced any of the problem moving, ahead with his plane, because he has taken a risk. And at times, risk taking risk is bad or taking risk is good too, because we don't know what is going to happen, what are the things we are going to come across or what are the things we are going to face. But the pilot, the narrator, taking up his decision of not moving back and just moving further, made him just go into this black storm. Now, how he's going to escape from this? Who is going to help him? we are going to see in the next class. So I just stop my explanation here, and the remaining part we are going to do it in the next part. Okay, till then, thank you.